loss can be a touchy subject for men or women, but our next guest says regardless of the reason, there are more options for treatment than ever before. Dr. Scott Bowden is a fellowship-trained, board-certified hair transplant surgeon from the Hair Restoration and Aesthetic Medicine Center in Wethersfield, and he's here to fill us in. Doctor, before we started, I was looking at some of the pictures. Is this too good to be true? Because there's some impressive results.
Thanks for having me back.
Sure.
It's not too good to be true. It's in a nutshell, hair transplantation works by taking the hair that's growing permanently in the back of the head, the sides of the head, and transplanting it to the front, transplanting it to the top of the head where there are concerns about hair loss.
Well, because typically it does start at the top, and then you still have full hair in the back.
Everyone is always going to have a thick rim of hair in the back and the sides, men or women, for the rest of their lives, and that's the
key, huh?
That's the key. That's the secret in hair transplantation.
All right, doctor, tell me about FUE. What is this all about?
Okay. FUE, it's a bit of a mouthful. Follicular unit extraction. We're extracting individual hair follicles from the back of the head and transplanting it to the front, to the areas where there's hair loss, and the hair is removed one follicle at a time, transplanted meticulously, and it grows forever.
And now how does this differ from other procedures?
Well, in traditional hair transplantation, which we still do a lot of, in my practice I do that a lot, there's a thin strip of hair that's removed from the back, and the result is that there's a fine scar that can be seen if you shave your head.
Okay.
Most people choose not to shave their head, so it's not really relevant. In follicular unit extraction, we take the hair follicles one by one by one, so even if you choose to cut your hair very short, you'll never see a scar.
So would you say that the FUE procedure is more beneficial, or you see better results, quicker results?
Well, no, the FUE procedure gives a person who wants to keep their hair very short a chance to do a transplant. No one is going to know they've ever done a transplant. No scar is showing.
Got it. Now, who would be a good candidate for this?
A typical patient, one of my patients who might want to do FUE, is someone who has had significant hair loss, wants to keep their hair short in the back. Very common, people are doing a zero fade style now. That's right. And so you can still do that, but have your hair back.
Wow. And how long does this procedure take?
Well, we do this procedure in my office. It's an outpatient procedure. It takes a full day.
We were saying it's really a comfortable environment. You're not going to the hospital to do any of this.
No, exactly. It's done as an outpatient procedure. It's comfortable. Patients are awake. There's a local anesthetic that's used, but patients are awake. They're listening to music, watching a movie, completely aware of their surroundings. It's a pleasant day.
Well, let's take a look at some of the pictures of the before and afters, because, wow, this guy really had a receding line and no longer.
This is a young man. We brought his hairline down significantly so that his face is framed in a more natural way without a receding pattern.
Great.
Same picture, just in the front. This is a one transplant, one full day.
Wow, it's like night and day. I can't believe it. You go to your office, you have the procedure done, and it's almost immediate?
Well, the growth takes about 2 to 3 months for the hairs to start growing in.
Okay.
About 6 months where you'll be happy. You'll need your first haircut.
And I'm sure that's a happy day when you need a haircut, right?
Certainly.
Let's take a look at some more pictures, doctor.
Okay.
Oh, this is...
it's a dramatic result. Patients are very happy with the results because it's natural. No one's going to know they've done a transplant unless you choose to tell them. You know, this is a guy who's been losing hair for years. One day spent with me, and now his hair is back, and he's more confident.
You really can't tell. It looks 100% natural.
It is natural.
Well, technically, because it is your own hair coming from the back of your head. Now, why are people hesitant to do this?
Important question. People are afraid it's going to hurt. People are afraid it's not going to look natural, as you just brought up. Will people know they've done it? So I tell all my patients, it doesn't hurt. It's natural, and it's your hair. It's going to grow forever.
Great. Let's take another look at our last set of pictures here. There's that fade you were talking about.
This is follicular unit extraction. So this is the immediate result of an FUE procedure. At the very first day, the hair is removed one by one from the back, and if you look at the bottom right of the screen, that's at 1 week later, there's no evidence whatsoever of any hair having been extracted. This is a close-up of the same person at a month out. His hair is growing in very well in the front, and it's completely invisible in the back.
All right. Now we have a little bit of time left, Dr. Bowden. Tell us why people should come see you.
Well, I've been practicing physician for 20 years. I've chosen to devote my career to hair loss and hair restoration. We'll get to know each other very well, and my patients and I have an important relationship. They're going to be, there's a certain fear that people bring to this. So people will know that they'll be with me from the start to finish, my expertise the entire way.
Well, and it's such an important thing because your hair really affects your mood, your confidence. So it's great that there's so many options.
Yeah, this is a great option now for people who want to do a hair transplant. No one's going to know they've done it unless they choose to tell them, and they'll restore their confidence. No one will see a scar in the back.
Thank you, doctor. Let's put some information up on the screen. You can contact Hair Restoration and Aesthetic Medicine Center located in Wethersfield. The number is 860-563-1400 or visit hairtransplantct.com. Very good.